Hey everybody! Welcome to Photo TV NYC, live from New York City. I am Giselle Behrens, and in today's tutorial, we will be learning how to edit photos on the go for free. If you do like this tutorial, please do remember to hit that subscribe button. It helps me because these tutorials are completely free of charge, and this way I can continue giving you guys awesome photographic tutorials. And also hit that like button. So let's get started. Our app for today is called Snapseed, and it is provided and created by Google. So thank you, Google, for making us better photographers on the go. You can download it either on iPhone or on Android. If you don't have it downloaded yet, just pause this video, download it, and then you can continue with the tutorial so you can follow along, or just take a look at it and come back to it anytime. So right now, this is my screen, and I'm actually going to be editing live. And thank you, Titina Toro, for this image because I am editing your photo. It is a photo that she mentioned that was taken in Colombia. So when we open it up, I have it right here on my phone, and you guys can see it live. You can see the adjustments live as I go. The first thing that we want to do is augment our brightness. So to augment our brightness, we're going to go to Tools, and it's this button on the bottom that is called Tools, and you're going to locate the Tune image, which is all the way on the top left. And you guys can see it right over here. So just click on that, and that's going to give us our Tune image. To pop up the menu, you're just going to press any finger on your screen and just drag it up and down, and that's going to make the menu pop up. So you're going to have several adjustments, and we're going to start from the top to the bottom. So the first one is brightness, and to augment the brightness, I just want you to press your finger and take it to the right. If you want to diminish the brightness and make your image darker, you're going to take it to your left. In this case, we want to augment the brightness, and I think that around 51 is good. You can see how much brightness you're adding by the status bar on the top. It's going to start filling up with blue. So now that I'm happy with my brightness, I'm going to jump down to contrast and just add contrast until where I feel that I'm happy, because we do want to make this photo pop. So we're making our blacks richer and our highlights even lighter. I think around there is good. And if you do take a look at the image, our main focal points are the roofs of these houses, so I want to make them look a little bit dramatic, and I want to make them pop out of the image. We're going to pop up our menu and go directly to saturation, and on saturation, just add saturation so those reds really start becoming more alive, as well as this awesome, beautiful greenery on the bottom that looks like some very, very tall grass. So now that I am happy with my saturation, I'm going to go down to warmth, and in warmth it's going to make our image look warmer, which is more yellow, if we add to the right. And I want you to do that very slightly, because if you do add too much yellow, all of your image starts looking just too much yellow. But it's always important to see what adjustment is affecting the image and how it looks on your image, so you can just drag it all the way to the right and then just drag it back down to the left. I think that around 5 is okay. So now that I'm happy with my general corrections, I'm going to click on my check mark, and you can toggle the before and after just by leaving any finger pressed on your screen. So you can see before and the after, and it's really starting to become much more alive. Now, I want to bring your attention to this cable on the top, which really distracts me. If I zoom out again, you're going to be able to see how cool and beautiful the sky is. But then you have all of a sudden this cable in the middle. So let's just heal that out, and like magic, we're going to make it disappear. Go ahead and press on your tools right there. And we're going to go to our healing. And healing are these two band-aids that are in cross. When you hit there, just zoom in by pinching And you're going to have this little circle that appears in the center of your image, and that's going to be indicative of the size of the brush that you're using. So the app automatically aligns the image to the top and the right, so the cable is just going to go on the top. And anytime you can zoom in. I really like to work zoomed in when we're healing because our brush becomes more controllable. If you're zoomed out, it's going to be too big and too clunky. Once you have it ready, just paint on the cable just like that with your finger. Your finger starts becoming the paintbrush, and like magic, it's going to start disappearing, and the software is automatically going to create clouds or any element that is nearby. So when we do arrive to this area, you can start seeing how over here, part of the tower starts duplicating, which is this tower. So if that does happen to you, and it's very normal for it to happen to you, the closer you are to a different element, the more probabilities you have for this happening. But it's not a problem because you can just drag your finger on the top of that and it's going to disappear. Perhaps not at the first or at the second, but definitely afterwards it will start disappearing. So now I'm just going to zoom out by pinching out, and you can see how cleaner the image looks just by having those two adjustments done. So now I'm going to click on my check mark. Now that we did the tune image and the healing, I'm going to take a look, and I feel that I can perhaps correct my perspective, which is right here. I want to correct my perspective, and we're going to go to Tools, Perspective. Now, the cool thing about perspective is that you can adjust it either on the horizontal or on the vertical. Now, there's a cool little trick, because now you can just start adjusting it and it starts looking a little bit more symmetrical. I don't want to go too far because then my right hand of the photo starts looking distorted. So I just want to do subtle adjustments that are going to stack one on top of another. And look what happens when you when you release your thumb. Everything that was black on the top, because we didn't have enough image, automatically fills in. But you do want to be careful, because you might have some elements that you don't want to be filled in on the bottom. Right there. You see that it took this part of the image and automatically filled it in with that. So the good thing is that right now we are going to be cropping the image. So we go to Tools and just hit crop all the way on the top right there. And we're just going to slightly crop the bottom. Around here is good. And the top part did fill up correctly with clouds. So I take a look at my photo, and we're going to do a couple of more adjustments which are a little bit more selective. So the first adjustment that I want to do are the tools. Go to Tools and Drama. I'm just circling it in red so you guys can locate it very quickly. When you do hit Drama, all of your photo becomes exactly that, what the name says, drama. It adds drama, it becomes dramatic. Now, I absolutely love it. The good thing is that you have control. So as you can see, when we do select Drama, you're going to have all of the filter all the way to +90. So perhaps we don't want to go too much, so we can just bring it down by drawing our finger to the left. And now the important step is the saturation. When you do bring up your pop-up menu, you can scroll down to saturation and see that it's automatically set to -40. Because we want a poppy photo, we want these roofs to be completely saturated and just to pop out of the photo, I'm going to reset this down to 0 by dragging my thumb or my finger to the right and then just adding some more saturation. And it's really starting to become alive, both on the roofs as well as on the grass. There we go. So I'm gonna hit plus, and I'm really liking the direction of the photo. At any moment you can toggle your before and after, and this is something that I always recommend to do because it's good to see where you came from. So this is our before photo, and as you can see, it looks much duller, it looks so gray, and the colors are lacking that popping, that oomph, that extra special something. So I'm going to release it, and I'm really happy where it's going. There's only one element that I want to adjust, and it is the sky. So the sky is a little bit too blue for my taste, which makes the image a little bit too cold. It was an overcast day, but overcast days are awesome opportunities to take photos because of the clouds. It makes it a natural lightbox diffuser, which means that our shadows are going to be very, very soft shadows, and that look is beautiful. So I do want to warm up the clouds a little bit, and we're going to do that by adding yellow only to the clouds. So we're going to go to Tools, and we're going to go to our brush. And now just select on temperature, and it's automatically going to have a +10 temperature. You can toggle the temperature lower to make it cooler or bluer, and higher up to make it warmer. I'm just gonna review what happens when I do paint with 10, and just by painting, you're going to drag your finger all the way on the area that you do want to paint. And I'm going to drag it one more time to make them a little bit warmer. And now just toggle on and off. And you can see how it really starts becoming warmer on the clouds. I feel that I went a little bit too overboard on this area. So I'm going to see if I can lower this temperature on eraser. So you just tap on this arrow to the bottom, and it's going to diminish your values all the way until you get to eraser. And then I'm slightly just going to tap on that area that I mentioned, and it erases it. So I'm going to go back up to 10, slightly paint it, and I think that around there I'm happy with my image. So I'm going to go ahead, press my check mark, take a look at my image, check out the before and the after, and it's such a different photo. This photo is going to be so amazing to share with my family and friends. And if you do want to export it, obviously we do want to export it, right? We can save a copy on our device and afterwards share it on our social media. So thank you everybody for watching. Again, please do remember to hit that subscribe button and the like button as well. We'll see you on our next live tutorial directly from New York City at 3 p.m. Bye everybody. Cheers.